Hello everybody, Cantonese Cat here. I've been asked about the question of how far Dogecoin would go up, and I kind of want to give you a little bit of context here. First of all, I started pumping Dogecoin really all the way back here. Over a year ago, I thought Dogecoin is going to do well, guys. Dogecoin is going to do well, meow. Nobody really paid attention to it. I started talking about stocks like Palantir, SoFi, Tesla, and like somehow I became like a stock cat. I don't know, but started having a lot of followings with people asking me about those kinds of things. Whenever I was posting about crypto, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, nobody really cared for a very long time. And it fit with the sentiment, right? When everybody was accumulating down here, just like they did down here, nobody talked about it. Even my cat friends are like, Dogecoin, you crazy? No. I mean, like, I have some Dogecoin I bought all the way up here. I'm at a loss right now. I'm not going to buy more. And anyway, because of the huge base that has been built up, you can see that there's a big, Adam and Eve right here. There's a big Adam and Eve right here. There's a lot of similarities between the last cycle and this cycle. Basically, I also argue that they look the same. The only thing that I don't think is going to happen is how parabolic it went up last time. I don't think we're going to go up as much last time as we did this time. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. But there are a few things here. First of all, it's finally breaking out. You finally have the. I'm going to take out the cloud here. I'm going to show you the cloud again in a minute. This is a monthly chart, and you see that price has been trying to break above this level for a very long time. Is unable to do so, and this is the first candle body that's really going to be right smack in the middle of this range that's been trying to break out. And after that, some pretty crazy things happen. I think this might be similar or equivalent to this candle right out here, where it's starting to break into a volume shelf. It's trying to push up over the volume shelf resistance right here. It looks like it was going to do that, went back down, kind of back tested a little bit, and it probably would end up staying here for a whole month and made everybody very, very, very painful. But I think eventually, over the next few months or so, you're going to have a pretty crazy move up if the last cycle was an indicator of anything that was about to happen. If this accumulation range that ended up happening for closer to 2 years meant that everybody's who's like big money and smart have been accumulated, and they're going to dump it on you up here when it pumps, when everybody's talking about it, I think it's going to keep going up higher. I think it's probably going to go surpass the past all-time high, which was just 76 cents. I think it's going to go beyond that. I think it's going to go to maybe a couple of bucks, maybe. Nobody really knows. The thing is, actually, if it goes up to a couple of dollars, the market cap is not out of the imagination of something that is irrationally exuberant, right? Even here, I would argue it's just gone crazy. But hey, people have money. There's increased global liquidity. It's going to go somewhere. It went to Bitcoin and it's going to rotate out to other things. I think it could go up a lot higher. Another reason why I think this right here, this monthly candle right here, is very equivalent to this monthly candle right here, is if you pull up the Ichimoku cloud. The Ichimoku cloud gives you a few very good information. It gives you the Tenkan line, which is the red line right here, and it gives you the Kijun line, which is the blue line right here. During a bear market, on the monthly, the Tenkan goes fall below underneath the Kijun, and the Tenkan serves as resistance here. As you can see, it serves as a resistance here all the way through for about 2 years. And it's also served as resistance here all the way through for about a year and a half. Eventually, until price broke above it, went back, tested a little bit, went through, but then went back above. Right now, you got a bullish cross right here with the Tenkan Kijun line, and price is above both. You got a cross right here. And the first time when price went above both on this cycle was having very, very similar appearance at a very, very similar location. This also happened to be believed to be below the Ichimoku cloud, which is just right above, right up here, and right up here. And I do think, I'm not sure that the next one's just going to push through it like crazy. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Price went from 0.7 cent all the way to 5 cents. It went more than 600 or 700% up with just this one candle right here. I'm not sure it's going to do that. I do expect to find some resistance over in the cloud over here. But I also don't know whether or not this wick is going to be the resistance. Like, it kind of hit the resistance right up here, but I do expect that as price goes up, you're going to have some resistance right here around the 23-cent range, all the way up to maybe the top of the cloud and the top of the volume shelf right up here. And the top of the cloud right here is also going to be, a lot of these heaviest shelves going to start ending right here. I think if you pass through the cloud, the price is going to get a lot more impulsive. I just don't know how long it's going to take it really to do that. I don't expect it to do what it did over here with a huge dog candle, but I do expect that it could potentially go up higher. It might take a little bit longer because I do see a little bit more resistance here, but it's Dogecoin, so I don't know. In terms of the price targets that one is to look at, it's all just a guess. And the guess that I have is going to be based on the Fibonacci levels. From not this cycle here, but the cycle before last. If you look at the high right here from that cycle to the low of that cycle, you can see that price went pretty crazy. It did have some resistance as it went to these higher fit extension levels. It did have like a little bit of back test here and there, and eventually just pushes up higher. I don't think it's going to push beyond like all of these extension levels and go into space. I don't think it's going to do that just because the market cap is getting a little bit crazy. But I can potentially see maybe something like this, where price could go up to maybe 2.618, somewhere up here, which is still going to be a $2 Dogecoin. There's nothing to sneeze at. I'll probably be taking profits up here depending on how impulsive price action is. I mean, I'd be very tempted to take profits down here too, and I might still end up doing that. But I have a feeling with the 2-year accumulation range, it might go up a lot higher. And my target is not going to be all the way up here, just like it was last cycle. That's crazy. I'm more thinking about maybe somewhere around here is what I'm thinking. Which, compared to, Ethereum, compared to Bitcoin, is actually not that different. Last time the cycle went all the way up to 3.618, which is where the last Ethereum cycle ended. So these are actually not impossible to think of. Would be some of these Fibonacci extension levels up here. Nobody knows for sure, right? I do think that there's going to be a diminished return, so I don't really expect it to do what it did last time. If you look at just the Doge market cap, the market cap at the all-time high here was actually getting close to 100 billion, which is quite insane. Right now is about 20 billion. And right now the price is about 14 cents. If you do let's say if you do like a 15x from here, you're talking about 15 times 20. Let's do some Cantonese math here. So you're talking about 300, you're talking about 300 billion market cap. Probably right up here. Which is kind of insane to think about. Now, it doesn't take billions of dollars to push it up there. It just it's a natural supply and demand, right? But it's kind of insane to think about having a market cap of $300 billion for Dogecoin, but it's possible. I think it's possible. I don't think it's going to go to $1 trillion. I think that's insane. But I think it's possible. Now, if you really ask me what I really think about Dogecoin in terms of its price, could it go to zero potentially? Sure. I mean, of course Dogecoin is going to go to zero because the human civilization is going to end and dogs are going to die along with it. I don't really think that's necessarily going to happen in a cat's lifetime. I'm not going to spend time worrying about that. But I see the cycle going pretty decent just based on the fractal, based on what it has been doing, and based on the fact that it's been working out. I think Doge is going to have a pretty good time in 2024 and 2025. That's my hunch, and I'm sticking with it. Thank you for listening. Bye.